What's going on, guys? It's Morgan at Aqua Cave. I'm going to do a video today on how to cut holes in terracotta pots. They're good. You can do various sizes. This is a really big one. I think it's an 8-inch. Um, they got 2-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch on it. They're good for just hiding places. It's a good, cheap alternative to a lot of stuff. Um, Good for breeding, just hiding spots. Um, Very good for plecos and pistos. If you have much larger fish like we do in our 220, they take um, much bigger decor and hiding spots. Like if you see that big half a pot right there, right here, that's actually one of the biggest pots that I could find cut in half, and that was only because that was an accident actually. So that worked out. But that's what got me thinking, like, how do you actually cut these? How do you actually get through terracotta pots and not break them and have to waste a bunch of them? And so I did a bunch of research and I have figured it out. And today I'm going to make a video and show you guys. So the method I've chosen, because you'll find a few out there, is I'm going to use a Dremel with a diamond blade. Um, that's really what's going to cut through this. And another thing, this is completely dry. I'm going to do just a quick little test on this. As you can see, I already cut some. This is actually the second take on the video. I'm running shop right now. I'm open. So I had a customer come in. Make sure this is off. So I had to start over and I accidentally hit reset. So just you want to do these when they're wet. It helps keep the blade cooler because you'll see it heat up too. But as opposed to dry, it's much faster when they're wet as opposed to dry. I started out doing this when they were dry. It took me a few times to figure out how to actually do it. Alright, so as you can see, that was kind of a pain, and I didn't even get all the way through it. Okay, so what you want to do is say you want to soak them for at least 20 minutes. I would shoot for longer, about an hour or more. I got my big one that I'm going to do. I'm just kind of showing examples real quick. And that's what I had already started. As you can see, it is a much faster method. I'm already through it. So let's just kick right back in and go. Alright, there was actually a crack on one side, so you see how much faster that was cutting that wet as opposed to dry. And then now you have a nice little hideaway. That's good for a whole bunch of little fish to get up under there. That one's good for just whoever, and breeding and whatnot. So I'm going to make some for our big tank. And then and it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be so straightforward. And I'm self-taught on these too. Just a second. So my skills might not be 100% up to par, and that's okay. That's how we learn. As you can see, I've already drawn out what I'm trying to do, and I actually measured that out. I can't remember what I used though. The tricky part is going to be this section right here. I still have not figured out how I'm going to do it. I kind of figure it out as I roll. So I'll get to probably about right here, and then I really need to figure out what I'm doing. But for now, I'm just going to get going. And at the end of it, we're going to use a file around the whole edges and stuff to make sure it's all nice and smooth. Go ahead and score it in the beginning just to make it easier and kind of give you a guide to follow. Probably always cut away from your hand too and face. I just don't know really what I'm wanting to do with that. That's a tricky one. Okay, now I did my outer layer. Obviously I didn't go all the way through. So I just scored the outer layer of what I'm trying to do, and now it's starting to dry up pretty good and get pretty dusty, so I'm going to get it wet again. Go ahead and let that soak for a second. And this time when I start cutting, I'm going to actually finish the whole job, and then we'll get to the filing part, and then we'll see what the final product is. But it's probably a safer cutting method. I'm still teaching myself and getting the body language down with it, or the muscle memory, not body language, muscle memory, and have to get the feel for it and comfortability. But always wear glasses, cut away from you. If you couldn't tell, I was trying to change positions. so I could just be more comfortable and safer. Really, I was trying to not cut it by me. But okay, we got it wet again, so we're gonna go ahead and go. Just wanted to point something out. Pay attention to how your body is, because I was actually putting some tension on it that I didn't realize. You probably don't want this to snap as you're doing this, so pay attention to what your body and like the angle of your body, because you want this to be completely straight, and I had a little bit of tension on it, and that's bad. Those take a minute, but the results are much worth it, in my opinion. Alright, God, if anybody works for OSHA right now, they're probably freaking out on me. Oh my God, if I ever apply for a job that has to require that and they get a hold of this video, they're going to be like, fuck this guy. Because I am positive, you probably shouldn't be using it like this. Well, that's probably a bad idea. But it works. I have another idea if I can't get this to work. I'm going to try to grind it down to where it will work, but I could get it cut all the way through. If you see, it's actually cut all the way through on this side. I could do the same thing here to about the same spot and then break it. And that problem is, I'm afraid, now it'll probably break right, and then I can grind the rest off. That's the second method. That's worst case scenario. I'm really trying to work this method. It's working so far. I'm going to start cutting this way though. So we'll pick back. It really seems to work a lot better going downward than going up. Or probably going up the majority of the video too. We're getting there. It's a long video. Where are we at, man? 20 minutes already? That's a long video. We're getting there. Ooh, I'm starting to see it. Ooh, we're getting there. We are making progress. I can't believe this way is actually working. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to manipulate this like that. Oh shit, there it goes. All right, and then that's the way the cookie crumbles. I guess we can do it enough. That is absolutely perfect. Cut it out. Boom, boom. Boom. And that'll give you plenty of room for a nice big old fish to go in there. Probably go a little wider, quite honestly. Give me a second and I'll get the fire. All right. Nice and smooth. I don't know what the hell I was trying to do with that. All right, there it is. Finished product, and that's how you do it. And this was just an example. You could cut the whole bottoms out. You could do this a few ways around, although with this, I did notice that it did get weaker. So if you were to do something like this, like kind of space them out and give them some extra real estate to strengthen them, I would do like a trio like that. You could do something like that, or as I mentioned in the beginning, you could go wider than this, which I should have, but that's okay. It's my first one. That's all good. So you go wider so much bigger fish can get in there. And that's a way that they can get in there and have, completely surrounded and be hidden. Um, but I figured that would make a great video because a lot of people ask how you do certain things. Of course, another method is, the screwdriver and a hammer. You can lightly, go around the edges of them. Like, let's see here, like so, like that, and then you tap all around. You create a little perimeter of the indentations, and then you just keep doing that around and around, and then eventually you can just take the end of a hammer or even one of these and just pop, and it pops right out. But then also, because you're doing it dry, you take a big chance on breaking them. The reason I didn't even mess with this is because it's already cracked, and I already, that's already going to do it. So if I were to use this one, I would just cut the bottom out on it. But don't cut them until you know you're going to use it for that, because these things do get a little expensive. Like these bigger ones are over $10 for the big ones. The other ones are pretty cheap. But I know to get bigger ones like this, it's about $10. And to get to really big ones, it's about 13 or 14. Also, pay attention to the thickness sizes between like Lowe's and Menards. I noticed the ones at Menards are very thick and very hard to cut through. The ones at Lowe's, they have thinner ones, and you can tell a big difference side by side comparison too. The thick ones, I mean, you'll be able to cut them, but boy, it's a lot harder. And somebody told me they went through several diamond blades doing that, so keep that in mind. Make sure you get the not like super thick ones. I wish I had an example, but I don't. But that's going to do it for this type of the video, or this activity of the video. I guess I can show some of the fish. Let me get this tightened up so it doesn't fall. There we go. Alright, and here we got the discus tank. All the discus looking fabulous. We got a blue diamond. We got some wild green tefes, turquoise blue. Oh, their names are leaving my head for some reason. We got a yellow never pepper panda in there. Albino yellow never pepper. Drawing a blank on that, don't know why either. And then we got a few Filipino blues in there. We got some of the Filipino ghosts. And we got some Pinoys with the Philippine lines. And we got the King Tiger. Nice big one too. And then in here, we got the lights off on purpose. Let me click them on for you. We got the L46 Zebra Plecos. We got a group growing out here, and I got 4 more on the way. That will be here Tuesday. I'm going to actually get these guys out for you so you can see them. Ooh, I got some clay on my hands. Up under the sponge. Under the sponge. Let me use this hand. We got 4 more of these coming on Tuesday. Beautiful. Oh man, they're looking so good. I'll fix that sponge filter in just a second. We got a couple axolotls left. Actually, we got 4 or 5. We got 2 of these golden ones. They're pretty decent size. Let's see. We got some gorgeous Africans in. I just sold at least 10 of them today. That's why all the pots are moved and some of the driftwood and the plants are out. Got some stunners, that's for sure. This is our 210 display or 220 display tank. Got the plants getting cleaned right now. Thinking of adding another fish. Don't know what yet, so suggestions are definitely welcome. My green tear's hanging out in the back. There's several Bacars in here too. There's the albino, then there's a Congo, and then there's an Ortnet. We got some nice big clown loaches. That's the smaller one. Gorgeous green Texas. Gorgeous black belt. Dobie Eyes looking killer. Convict was just put in there just cause. Did not think he would survive. But he did, of course. We got a big old Royal. A big boy too. Over here, a bunch of rainbows. There might be some angels in here. Usually is. Yep, there's some. We got some black ones. Got a Carbenzos in there. Some silver dollars. Green phantoms. Some Australians, some Basmanis, some turquoise, some burgundies. And then we got some red top Lawandas growing out. You can't ever get away from breeding. It never happens. Oh, that's empty. I'm sorry about that. Got some itty bitty, teeny tiny calicos growing out. Itty bitty ones. As I showed you a chocolate one. There's 2 blue eyes, blue-eyed lemons in here as well. But of course, they're all probably behind the sponge and in the driftwood. We got the Mbuna tank as they all scatter. This tank is a gorgeous tank. There's so many of them in here. But they're all hidden. A lot of blues, a lot of yellows. Got some OBs. And here we got a group of Eureka Super Reds growing out. There's at least 4 really nice males in there. We got some smaller axolotls right here. Some Lucy's. And then here we got a gorgeous group of ruby red OB peacocks that I've grown out. Sold several males. Every time I sell a stud male, another stud pops up. I can point out 4 males for sure right now, guaranteed. Obviously the one in the front, that one, that one. That one's a male. A subdominant though. That's a male. Look at those studs. God, they all look so good. Look at the color. Right. We got the blue Emperor Tetras. We We got bloodfin tetras, really good sized bloodfin tetras actually. They look amazing. We got some green neon tetras. And then we have the red phantom tetras. Tiger barbs, cherry barbs. Of course, all live plants that you see. We need more guppies. We're actually running low. Had some females. Yeah, we are really low on guppies. Sorry about that. We got some red pencil fish. Really good, really cool nano fish. Really like these guys. We should put them in the fluval flex that we have over there. Nice little personality that you see them all the time. Good little activity. Good, good little nano fish. Got a female beta sororities. Probably some shrimp in there too. We got a mixed shrimp tank, and then we got our Bloody Marys. Lots of shrimp in there. Let's see what else. A few angels that are getting ready to get moved. We're getting ready to do some water changes and redo these tanks over here. We've got some gold severums, and there's also an orange shoulder severum. He's in the back right now. I just saw him out and about an hour ago too. These guys look really, really, really good, especially in person. I got more Africans below me. We do have these guppies, but these are more of, these came in from a rescue, if you will, from somebody who just had an abundance of them. So basically, I've been using these as cycling fish. People who come in and be like, hey, I need fish to cycle my tank. I'll sell them these for like $1 a piece, just because I don't know the lineage or anything like that, and they're definitely not to the quality of what I usually run. Still some cool little colors in there, but I can see the defects from the inbreeding down the line. We got some tiger Oscars here. I really hope that camera focuses. I'm getting ready to redo these tanks and redo the background so you can see everything better. We got some red devils. Guy's got black lips. He's really cool. He's my favorite. Might keep him around. Empty. And here we got longfin super reds. These are not available. These are growing out, so I can get a pair and I can breed them. Same thing with the L46s. We are trying to breed those. And I also have longfin green dragons in the works in about a month. Down here we got a Tanzania tank. We got some really nice lupas, another green phantom. We got all kinds of stuff in here. Black Calvus, gold Calvus. The Kabishi sold. The blue Safari sold. Buffalo heads are sold. We might have 1 or 2 buffalo heads in there. The cylindricuses, which are the rounder ones with the black darker stripes right back there in the back. Right there. We got about 4 of those. Those are really cool fish. We got gorgeous calvuses. I love calvuses so much. Look at that one down there. Of course, I scare him. He's starting to look good. And then we got a Lake Malawi grow out tank here. Gorgeous Eureka Super Red. We got some Malawi gars in here. We got some deep water haps. There's 2 other kinds I can't think of the names of off the top of my head, but they are pretty rare. We got a couple females in here. The snow white Friary Snows right here, those are females. Most of what we have, if it's either unsexed or a male. Like all the showfish that we have, they're all males. But anything in the other tanks, they're pretty much sold as unsexed unless we can tell it's a male. And then we just got some grow out stuff here. We got some Jack Dempsey's, some Doviis, some big old Jacks right there. Some Dovii in here. We have blue convicts. There's another green Texas in here. Yeah, they're all spread within. Loving this. They're all loving the space on that though. And then here we got true red tears, and the red Texas cichlids and red tail sharks. We got some that are really, really good size too, man. They're loving this tank. Starting to get some nice size on them with those true red tears. You're starting to see some of that red a lot. These are exciting to grow out. I'm definitely keeping a red Texas and one of these red tears for our display tank. Everything else you see is up for. But alright guys, that's going to do it for today. That's the video. I'm not sure when this will be uploaded. Probably here very soon. I got to get some editing done. I am just getting used to this stuff. So my videos will get better as we go. And so if you have any materials that you'd like to see, anything that you'd like to be shown how to do it, just let me know. And I'll probably do a few videos that may seem trivial to a lot of you guys, like water changes. A lot of people ask me how you clean sand, and that's really trivial to a lot of us, but we got to understand with new people, not so much. They really have no idea how to use it. So I might probably do a few videos on that. But anything challenging, more complex, you just hit me up and we'll see what we can make happen. All right, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great day, guys.